Jolie, 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 Jolie. Where do you hide on my ship? I think I already saw him earlier too. Is he over here? That's mission. I always think I'm going somewhere else, and then I get somewhere and I'm like, wait, hang on. I'm in the wrong direction. I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, but there's something like something that's uniquely confusing about the layout of the Ebon Hawk to me, and I don't know what it is. I think it's all the curvy pathways that intersect with each other in really strange locations. There's Jolie. There we go. Like, I constantly lose track of where I'm going, and I'm surprised because I've been here for a bit now. Admittedly, not that long. We've only been able to travel to 2 planets so far since I got the Ebon Hawk, and the entire part before that, which I think is still the majority of the playthrough, which was Tatooine and Taris. I didn't have access to it yet, so it is relatively new-ish, but I'm definitely struggling with it in a way that I don't struggle with the Normandy. And I can't tell you for sure if that was always the case or not, but specifically the Normandy SR1 for Mass Effect 1, I feel like I took to it faster, but it's hard to parse that anymore because the Mass Effect 1 is one of my most played RPGs ever, probably, and replaced KOTOR as being like my favorite BioWare game once I played it a couple times.
Got something on your mind, do you?
Why did you decide to come with me?
You got yourself a fast little ship. I'd forgotten what engine sounded like. The closest thing to that on Kashyyyk is an Uller in mating season. Ugh, frightful.
So you wanted to ride on my ship?
Or it could be for the free food. What's the gunk that comes out of the synthesizer on this bucket anyway? Do you never clean the darn thing?
I'm honestly not really clear on how food works in the Star Wars universe. Like, it hasn't really been given the amount of time and screen time and, like, dedication to explaining the way that, like, the food maker thing does on Star Trek. Wow, I may have not watched Star Trek for a while. I'm straight up forgetting what their, like, magic food spawning 3D printer microwave is called. I don't think it's a synthesizer. I think they called it something else, but I'm blanking. Damn, I usually have some decent Star Trek terminology because I watched TNG so much. I need to do like a reunion everything. Reunion, that's the wrong word, whatever. No, seriously, tell me.
I'm old, damn it. I'm allowed to be enigmatic when I want to be. And don't you go telling me otherwise. You know, you remind me of someone else I knew ages ago. Pleasant enough fellow, great destiny, all of that. Breath like a bantha.
You're avoiding the question.
So I am. Tell you what, when you get to be my age, you can go ahead and answer any question you like to. You have my permission. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, Andor Vex was his name. The Force swirled around him like a hurricane. That's how great his destiny was.
And you traveled with this man?
I did. Just because someone has the Force swirling about them doesn't always mean they have a great destiny. But it doesn't hurt to check it out. Well, it turned out that poor Andor believed a wee bit too much in the infallibility of that destiny. That overconfidence turned out to be his downfall.
Is there supposed to be some kind of hidden meaning in this?
I don't know. Are you overconfident? I hadn't noticed. Even if I had, I would never comment on it. We're talking about Andor, remember? Let's see. Oh yes, Andor's downfall. I was pretty young myself when it happened. At the time, I thought that Andor's destiny couldn't be more boring.
How young are we talking?
Well, let's just say that I was a strapping young lad with a full head of hair, and Coruscant was a small town with a well. I was just about to abandon Andor to whatever the Force intended for him when his ship was overtaken by a Dimian warship. Now, you've probably never heard of the Dimians, but at the time they were a nasty lot led by a nastier overlord named Krat. Tall fellow, big teeth. Krat has us hauled onto the bridge of his ship for questioning, and that's when I knew that Andor's destiny was at hand.
Andor killed Krat, I take it?
Of course he did. Haven't you been listening? It was not in the way you'd probably expect, though. Well, Andor decides that his destiny makes him invulnerable and starts making all sorts of demands. Free me now. I'm not answering questions. Blah, blah, blah. Don't you know who I am? Krat decides he's had enough and begins crushing Andor's neck. I told the boy he should have kept his mouth shut. I think he agreed, too, or those could have just been gurgling noises. Well, anyway. Finally, Krat has enough of Andor and tosses him aside into this giant energy intake shaft. Andor gets sucked in and starts bouncing around, screaming. Maybe Andor hit something sensitive on the way down, or just didn't agree with the reactor core. Next thing I know, all the ship's alarms are ringing.
You're kidding.
Everyone panics, and I run, barely making it to the ship in time before the explosion. Krat dies horribly, and the Dimians never quite recovered. Changed the political course of the entire sector for centuries to come. I'd call that quite a destiny, wouldn't you?
He brought balance to the Force. I hate you, old man. But how can you even be sure that Andor was responsible?
What, are you kidding? What are the odds of that happening anyway? 1,000,000,000 to 1? You should do so well as to be sucked into the engine of some evil Sith Lord, you know. Andor was a hero. Sort of. Anyway, go on. My throat is dry and you're making me cranky. Shoo!
It's like having an alternate narrative where, like, Sidious blew up the Death Star because when he fell down that hole, he clogged up the core. Which would be hilarious. But also a strange outcome for all of that. So what is a Yavin anyway? I don't know, I'll just bring people. I don't know if this place even has quests. I don't really have any context for this place. Hello. This certainly doesn't look like Cloud City. Maybe I'm wrong about the entire idea of that even being Yavin? This vaguely reminds me of the Collector's ship. Shadow Broker, I mean. Yeah, I'm new. Very new. I'm trying to save the galaxy from the Sith. Trandoshans and smugglers. What are you talking about? But I'm a smuggler. I've just been insulted. If this is a DLC place they added later, Given how limited resources might have been back then, I kind of think, like, huh. I'm guessing none of your companions say anything on this planet, because they probably didn't get the voice actors back to have any input. And then it also is additionally fitting the one character you meet doesn't speak English, because then they can just use the same audio files they're using before. This allows them to have DLC to a game without having to actually get any voice actors at all. You just don't have your party members say anything, and then you don't have any characters that speak common. And you can just kind of plop down a character, write some dialogue for him, and do what you want. So we're not on the planet itself, we're on like a space station near the planet. I think I'm right about that being the cloud place, but maybe I'm full of it. I don't know. At this point I've said it enough times that I've already pissed off anyone who would be bothered by the distinction of if I'm nailing the right planet name or not. I seek the pieces of a map to a star forge. XR Kun? Enlighten me about XR Kun.
Agi inko tune chuna muri ra tangi wama jikon tong hit wama agi inko tune por tong hi wama ji agi inko tun tong pano kun no nek chiwi aita tong hi wama ji agi inko tun kachopa bogra shanko tachicha chawa wiskun yun kun Gizka dosoki kopa bono nakachu labora na winki smack toma kuyami jusku chi.
Who are the Trandoshans?
Achua penki, yun patisa, tichuba jikunka naga, kingu mwa mulira dwana.
That was sort of like Rhodians. Why are they here?
Tong hit wama ag I inko tune, por tong hi wama ji aki inko tun, tong chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muri ra chiwa aita kang kicha na chupornibo kun muli ra slimo poiwanga ki muli ra kun king.
Do you have anything you'd be willing to sell me?
Tong hit wama ag I inko tune por tong hi wama ji aki inko tun achua penki yun patisa tichuba ji kunka naga kingu mwa mulira dwana Gizka dosoki kopa bono nakachu labora na winki smack toma kuyami jusku chitanai uchua penki topa na ota vokasa yubabato kanchi ki mulira kun king tong hit wama ag I inko tune.
Hello. Light exoskeleton, 6 defense, maximum defense of 5 for dex, and then bonuses to your actual core stats. Bonus to dex and strength. That's unusual. And it's upgradable on top of that. It's also incredibly expensive. Stealth plus 4. Dexterity 3 on gauntlets? Yes. And blaster bolt to I want these on my character. I want my character to have these. Because the dex increases my hit chance with lightsabers, it increases my defense in general, and then it has blaster bolt deflection bonus, which means so much stuff could just be sent back flying towards them. Implant level 3, 10 awareness and 2 dex. Oh my god. Just the 2 dex would be pretty nice. Not massively expensive either. Immune to mind effect and poison. Do I have level 3 implants yet? I think I might just have level 2. I forget. Not a ton of items to look through. I want these. That's also a nice chest piece, but it counts as armor, so I can't use it. Unless I want to lose abilities. I would say this is the priority, but 8,500. Yep, that's the big stuff. 9 plus 1, 11 plus 0. This is how you make your money. This has damage resist, which I think means you loot. I think it blocks the first 10 of each of these types, basically, and it's upgradable. This one's anti-electricity. This caps it at 10, while this caps out at 11. So technically, the Mandalorian has better defense, but this one's upgradable, which probably means it's better in the long term than the Mandalorian battle armor. Wow, these weapons do not sell for much. The Krath double sword. Ooh. That's an excessive quantity of double-bladed lightsabers. I don't know if I'm going to use short lightsabers anyway. I guess they're sorted by color. It has. Do I still want to sell it? Well, will I get the value for it? Yes. Okay. Because they're on the same wavelength as me, where I'm like, I don't know if I want to commit to selling certain things. Because I'm just worried. Like, if you sell off the Mandalorian armor, you got to be really sure you're not going to have a character that needs that. I think I've maxed out my number of Jedi characters, so I can somewhat confidently sell off some of these items and know that everybody already is equipped with what they're going to equip. And I can just keep a handful of other ones around in case somebody has to switch off, but it's not going to be that super necessary. But like, I need some kind of money. Doing my round down to 2 rule right now. Bolt casters are worth not that much more, but more. There's so many weapons. I definitely get nervous when I have this many weapons and this many characters that I'm going to screw up and sell something that somebody actually needs. I'm definitely getting increasingly disillusioned with grenades. Because they do have a fixed level of power, which is getting less good over time because everyone's power creeping up as they level up, and so the fixed level of damage that the grenades do isn't changing, making them not gain any value. Also, not particularly. Mines aren't amazing either. They kind of are. They kind of do feel like they're merchant fodder right now. Well, that stocked up on some income, didn't it? No, the things I sold to him are now populating this screen. He's so full of all the crap now. I have to find what I was looking for. That doesn't sort to the top. Yes. Yes. You may not agree with my choices, but they are mine. Yeah, I need level 3 though. What level are my implants at? Fuck, they're level 1. That's not great. I never got past level 1. Still, big decks. You can't use it, you can't use anything. It's fine. I'll have somebody that can use it. I think Karth has level 3 implants, and he could definitely use the +3 dex, so it'll come in handy in that purpose. That's something at least. Like other paths around here? What's my dex at now? 20! Fuck me. My max dex bonus of a robe is 8. At that point, we have to switch to clothing, I guess, if you want more. I mean, I'm not gonna get a dex bonus of 8 ever, but I'm on my way. Wow. So that's +5 to a bunch of saving throws, +5 to my attack chance hitting, +5 to my defense. So now my defense is 24. Which is pretty nice for helping me survive. And then blaster bolt deflection, like that's stronger than what I get from the feat I want. That's in here somewhere. I only have 1 tier of Scoundrel's Luck, huh? I always lose track of these things. Whatever. It's in there somewhere. Any more story from you? I'd like to ask you a few questions. Tell me about yourself. When did you come here?
Gizka dosoki, kopa bono nakachu, labora na winki smaktoma, kuyami jusku chitanai, tong hitwama ag inko tune, portong himwama ji aki inko tun, tong panokun, nonek, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, chiwi aita ka chong chicha, agi inko tune, chunamuri ra.
So you're from the system? Were you in the war?
Yun patisa. Di juba ji konka naga. Tong hitwama ag inko tune. Portong himwama ji aki inko tun. Tong panokun nonek. Chiwi aita ka chong chi chiwa aita kang kicha na jupornibo. Kun muli ras limo.
Who are the Baragwin?
Just grunky to pats limo. Chi ita kang ki chana kilikon. Kakin cha nawabagaon. Bagwa shan konti machid Baba Hassan shan. Noba muri rati lai kunka.
Do you have any Baragwin equipment?
Ki muli ra kun kin. Tong hitwama ag inko tune.
You want to give me all your inventions? Sure.
Ki muli ra kun kin.
That's the same thing. So that's the shadow armor, the Baragwin shadow armor. That's neat, but not what I'm after. Definitely more interested in this bonus here, but it's armor though, and all the Jedi can't use armor. And who wants strength and dexterity? I guess a melee character, because they'd have increased defense while also increasing their hit and attack chance and damage with the strength. Because strength is their damage and their hit chance with melee weapons that aren't lightsabers, and dex is their defense, but it's kind of a weird weapon. I don't know if I'll buy anything else from him unless it switches out his equipment, but good person to sell to, and I got some cool stuff out of him, especially the bracers.
Ki muli ra. Ki muli ra.
How did you know Davik?
Tong hitwama ag inko tune. Portong himwama ji aki inko tun. Tong panoku Baba Hassan shan. Noba muri.
Tell me about the system.
Tong hitwama ag inko tune. Portong himwama ji aki inko tun. Tong panokun.
What was on Yavin 4?
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chunamuri ra. Chiwa aita kang kicha na jupornibo. Kun muri ra.
Pretty much everything?
Gizka dosoki kopa bono nakachu. Labora na winky smack toma. Kuyami jusku tong hit wama ag iinkotune. Portong hi wama ji aki inkotun. Tong panokun. Achua penki. Yun patisa.
Not right now.
Ki mulira kun. Kakinja.
I'll be leaving now.
Kakinja nawabagaon. Bagwa shank.
So he's just hanging out forever here, just tinkering with weird stuff he finds down the planet. And go these ways? No, I think they're just here to suggest that there's a larger space station that does exist that I can't go on. Yeah, there's a panel on both sides, but the room isn't shaped. The map doesn't show doors on the map, so they're not like real doors as far as like the level design goes. They're endpoints. Did I hear a Gizka? I do hear Gizka. Every time I walk over here, you hear Gizka. Is he under the grating? Damn Gizka. He just said it. Oh, have I infected him with Gizka? Spreading them. But like, he acknowledges the Gizka, but I don't see the Gizka. I don't know. Weird. Good store to have access to. I think he suggested that over time they're gonna add more stuff, so we'll see about that. Maybe I'll come by later and see if something surprising shows up. I'm pretty happy with my bracers though. And somebody that has implant level 3 will use that implant. I think either Karth or Canderous might have it. And they both use guns, so that dex will go into good use. One way or another. What? What's the bumper changing? Oh, pressing right bumper changes. It's like page downs. That's weird. That's normally how I change characters. So some BioWare games have a feature where when you're in town, you can switch between all your characters at once through the entire list and change their equipment and stuff, which is nice, but not this time. So if I want to put that on somebody, I need to take them with me into the field. Well, that was Yavin. Let's review our options again. So it goes Tatooine, Kashyyyk. So we've been to all those already. Manan, Korriban. I'm pretty sure I want to stop on Korriban. I think I want Korriban to be my last one. So let's do Manan. Man of Manan. That's why Yavin 4 is familiar. Yavin 4 is not Empire Strikes Back, it's Return of the Jedi. It's the forest planet with the Wookiees and the Jawas, not Jawas, the bears, the tribals from Jet Force Gemini. The planet looks like a sand dollar. Not the planet, the colony.
You felt it, yes? Another vision? The Force continues to work through us, showing us the star maps unearthed by Revan Malak. It is strange that anyone would have built a star map here. The entire surface of Manan is covered by nothing but vast oceans.
It looked like the map. Blah, 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 blah. It looked like the star map was underwater.
The ocean floor is vast, and much of it is uncharted, even by the native Selkath. But how could Revan and Malak have found their way down? No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
That's what I did. Is I mixed up the climaxes of the second and third movies. Yeah, Empire Strikes Back ends on Bespin, and Return of the Jedi ends on Yavin 4. The fourth moon of Yavin. Whoops. It is orbiting a gas giant, so they both do feature a gas planet.
Yes, what's on your mind?
You know anything about this place?
Manan's a neutral world. They're the only source of Kolto, the healing fluid, and they use that to remain free from both the Republic and the Sith. That's all I can think of, at any rate. You got it.
How can I help? Then I suggest we move...
Bastila can't be asked about questions. I mean, ask questions about planets. She doesn't know planets. Ask somebody else about planets.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Are you doing all right?
I have been doing well, I suppose. As well as I can. But I am more interested in you right now. Do not mistake me. It is just that, even though we have traveled together for a while, it seems I know next to nothing about you personally.
What do you want to know?
We have been traveling together since Tatooine, but I know nothing of you before that. Would you humor me and tell me a little bit about yourself?
What is there to tell?
Your job, your childhood, your life? I am sorry if I am making you uncomfortable. I will fully understand if you choose not to answer.
No, it's all right.
I greatly appreciate your taking the time to talk to me. How did you come to be on Tatooine? Besides the obvious, of course.
I was in the Republic fleet that was destroyed over Terrace.
Terrace. It always seems to come back to Terrace for me. I am sorry. I get distracted. What did you do before that?
I was a specialist with the Republic fleet.
A life in the army. Not my career of choice, though. We Cathar cannot seem to adjust to regimented organizations like the military. But I have heard that it appeals to males of your species. Fighting, defending. That is what we as Jedi seem to be called upon to do. Perhaps we are not as unalike as I had previously thought. But again, I seem to be wasting your time with my carrying on. I apologize.
Well, she still knows next to nothing about me. We didn't extrapolate at all from there. You know anything about the planet we're on? Hey! When you ask somebody else, I will listen well. He's suddenly being attentive instead of dismissive to everything.
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master. As you desire.
You know, that's just not going anywhere.
Yeah, what do you want?
Do you know anything about this world?
Water worlds never had much of an appeal for us to conquer. They may put up a good fight in their own environment. No match for us, of course. But they don't really have anything of value either. The thing this world is good for is a substance known as Kolto. Kolto is the single best healing substance in the galaxy. But the Mandalore are not as weak and fragile as your Republic and Sith warriors. When we enter a battle, we carry weapons powerful enough to pulverize cities. Both in our wars and in our own personal combats, there are no survivors. So Kolto does not hold the appeal it does for your peoples. You have anything else you want to ask? Your choice.
I'm here if you want something done right.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
You know anything about the planet we're on?
Manan's the source for all the Kolto in the galaxy. That's why those fish-faced Selkath can stay neutral in this whole Sith Republic war. But I don't know much else about this place. Sorry I can't be more help, you know? Is there anything else I can do for you? Okay, have it your way.
People often act like dismissed, like it's rude when you end conversations, but there's no way to not do that.
Got something on your mind, do you?
Do you know anything about this place?
Manan's an unusual place. Not for its water, mind you. It's the Kolto, healing juice, only place where it occurs in the galaxy. And that's about all I got to say about that. Now, let's get going.
You never did actually say why you decided to come with me.
No, I never did I?
Are you always going to be this elusive?
Elusive? Me elusive? Obviously, you've never tried to grab a Twi'lek dancing girl after drinking too much Onderan Willick juice. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
I don't believe you.
The hermit says he's tired of living alone in a giant forest, and you find that hard to believe. How cynical are you? How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
No, I guess not.
There. Now, was that so hard? An old man has to be allowed some petty eccentricities. Nice to see you agree for once. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
You know what my destiny is?
Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you, but... I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick.
So you're coming along to not offer your opinions?
I'll remind you that you're the one who started pumping me for information. Like an old man doesn't have anything better to do. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. And that can't be all bad.
Nomi? Who's Nomi?
Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day.
I half expected him to say, know me your business. Ha. So you're along as some kind of observer?
Nonsense. Have I ever refused to help you when you asked? How confused can one person be anyway? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo!
I'm not really even sure what age my age is. What's my age again? What's my age again? I don't know much about Manan. It's the one planet I don't particularly remember existing. So I'm curious. What do we need on Manan? Who would I want to bring with me? There's so many characters to pick from. Like, this is such a big cast of characters. Last time I brought Karth. And then rotating secondary character. It was Zalbar for a bit, then somebody else, then Jolie. I don't remember who it was for the bit in the middle necessarily. Wow, Bastila's level 9. That's one piece of logic. Maybe I should use whoever has the lowest level to give them a chance to actually get used. Might be a hint of who I've been neglecting too much. So Bastila and Canderous it is. Hey Canderous, I can pretty much equip you with actual Mandalore armor now. Doesn't that sound nice? Yeah, you only had a dex bonus of 1. Had you said about the melee weapon? Oh, you don't have level 3 either. And what good are you? I have him with a melee weapon and a visor that gives him better ranged attacks. I'm a genius who made very smart choices. Yeah, I'm torn. He does seem like a gun guy, but his strength is his big stat. Fuck. What am I gonna do with this character? And his bonuses, I think it came with that. Heavy weapons. Canderous kind of seems like a disaster. I think I made some of these mistakes, but I think a lot of them were made by the developer or whoever's doing this. They made him be a strength guy, but then they had him focus heavily on heavy weapons, I think. And I'm like, I don't know how you fix this. I don't feel like dealing with this right now. I'm also not sure how much I like Canderous as a character, so I don't... Maybe I can just leave him here. Just come get stories from him periodically, but then otherwise just leave him here. Alright, Bastila and... Yeah, technically you're pretty neglected lately. It is fun to have a dark side character, though, and I do kind of want to hear HK47 say things, and he also is a ranged character. So that kind of balances out our party a bit. Alright, Bastila. What powers would you like? Force Whirlwind, advanced throw a lightsaber, upgraded night speed that actually gives you an extra attack. That's probably a priority. Not on that next one yet, but soon. And by soon I mean level 15, so not that soon actually. Buff to the entire party. You've got this double-bladed lightsaber. Jedi Knight robe. I don't think I have a better Jedi robe. Just dark ones. I should unequip that. Yeah. given how lightsabers work, the strength gauntlets actually do nothing for her because it won't affect, even if it does give her a threshold, it won't affect her attack values. And she can't use any of the helms that count as armor proficiency. Because while you can wear any helm while being a Jedi, all the ones that give you, or that require armor proficiency still require armor proficiency. But them requiring armor proficiency does not make them count as armor. If that makes any sense. Pick up anything better at random? Awareness +2. Weapon focus blaster pistol. Does he not already have that? So he's currently the one using Ordo's repeating blaster. Not bad. 5 to 14 +1 on attack. And it means he gets the benefit of using two hands in combat, which usually allows the weapon, if it's two-handed weapon, it allows for more damage. That usually makes it worth it, but he doesn't have to deal with the two-weapon fighting skills. Or something like that. I partly think they gave him so much health just to offset the fact that you can't heal him with force powers. Which definitely does its fair bit at making me less interested in using him. We'll see if this place jogs my memory at all. I might have never been here before. I can't remember if this game does the like Vermeer situation where it just throws a surprise scenario to you midway through the campaign and then you have to deal with that. Because I think that might have been the part where I couldn't, where the mission always broke.
You Republic people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the Galactic Senators deign to give you. It makes me sick.
The Senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp. It's the destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like we Sith.
I'm warning you. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch. And with all the cameras around, the Selkath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many, many ways to fulfill your wish.
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not have been rude.
Why did the Sith upset you so much? It's a weird, stupid question. It is alright.
No, really. I should apologize. I should try to control myself. As you Jedi do. Is there anything I can help you with?
Alright, let's do it. Why did the Sith upset you so much?
Well, these damn Sith are everywhere on Manan, pushing us Republic citizens around, trying to goad us into breaking the law somewhere.
Breaking the law?
Yeah, the Selkath want to maintain their neutrality in this war we're fighting with the Sith, and they enforce it very strictly. So we just have to sit here and let the Sith insult us, and we can't raise a hand against them. Otherwise, the Republic will face severe Kolto export restrictions, and that could lose us the war altogether.
What is Kolto?
You're joking, right? I'm sorry, but everyone knows what Kolto is. It's the most powerful healing agent in the galaxy. I would have died several times myself if we didn't have this stuff handy. But the reason it's important here is that Kolto is only found naturally on Manan, and all of our attempts to synthesize it have failed miserably. So, we sit here on the surface, the Selkath harvesting what Kolto bubbles up from the bottom of the ocean, and we buy it from them. Well, us and the Sith, of course. The Selkath don't want to play favorites.
Getting some real Casino Planet vibes right now, aren't we? There's a neutral planet that benefits from the war by selling resources to both sides of the war at the same time. The Republic and Sith both stay here?
The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling Kolto to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of Kolto on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require?
Have you seen an ancient star map?
A star map? Like an ancient artifact or something? No, I'm sorry, I've never heard of it. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Tell me about Ahto City.
It's big. Real big. Actually, it's pretty much the only real city on the entire world. The only place for us air breathers, anyway. Manan is a water world, which you may have noticed on your way down to land here, inhabited natively by a species of fish people called the Selkath. They built this city to cater to us off-worlders, and as a base of operations to export Kolto, which is the only real thing they have to trade here.
Why haven't they joined the Republic?
The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling Kolto to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of Kolto on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require?
Would you like to know more? Never mind, I must go.
Of course. If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Oh, if you don't know where that is, go north from here, then south past the port official in the first courtyard, east into the second courtyard, then north, then east again. You got that? Have a pleasant stay, Master Jedi.
Definitely not. I'm definitely just gonna run around like a lunatic until the map fills in. No, it's all filled in already. Oh, it's on this is the whole screen though. Look at this place. Man, you know, you can tell this place gets traffic. This place is actually active. It has at least 3 places to land. And it sounds like it's a huge city, so it probably has a lot of places to land, but most of the places we've been to so far that were circa run largely were spun as if they genuinely just had those 2 places and nothing else for places like, I mean, they wherever we landed seemed to be their only pad. And that's why they insisted on charging us and so on. Oh, there they are. They look neat. They kind of have like cuttlefish heads ish. The neat design. I wonder if they existed in things before, or I do wonder which aliens existed already and which ones were invented by this game. I think they're allowed to do that. Tell me about Manan. Let me see your inventory. What you got? What you got? What you got? What you got? This is really standard shit. Oh, that's it. That's all of the things. Oh god, I gave myself hiccups. How? Oh, fuck. I was leaning over weird and got like a strong hiccup that like it was like a shitty enough position that like made my entire chest burn, and I'm like, ugh. Alright, I'm sitting up straight now. The next one's not going to be fucking devastating if it keeps happening. Why did that something hiccups are so rare for me. Nubasa. Oh, is this what you can do with the Gizka? Exotic species? What sorts of exotic species? Why would you want to buy animals? So you want to smuggle them in? I have some Gizka, if you're interested. There's no way I can convince you to take them off my hands? I have to pay him. I was hoping to sell them. How about we just call it even? Alright, well now they have a new home that's not getting shot at all the time. I guess that's some form of upgrade? Maybe?